There was a night when I sat alone in my room, staring at my phone screen. My thumb hovered over the delete button. Everything I had built for 5 years was about to disappear. My followers, my posts, my likes, my identity. Or was it? My name is Alex. I'm 24, and for the last 5 years, I lived inside a screen. It started small, a few posts here and there, some photos, some thoughts, but slowly it became everything. I woke up checking notifications. I ate while scrolling. I compared my life to strangers. I posted my happiness to prove I was happy. I posted my success to prove I was successful. But inside, I felt empty. Every morning, I opened my phone before I opened my eyes. Every night, I fell asleep watching other people live their lives. I had 12,000 followers, but I felt completely alone. I had hundreds of comments, but no one really knew me. I was visible to thousands, but invisible to myself. It happened slowly, like poison in water. At first, social media made me feel connected, seen, important. But then it started demanding more. Post more, be funnier, be prettier, be smarter, show your wins, hide your losses, smile wider, edit harder, perform better. I started measuring my worth in numbers. A post with 200 likes? Good day. A post with 50 likes? What did I do wrong? I started editing my photos for 30 minutes before posting, not because I wanted to, because I was afraid. Afraid that the real me wasn't enough. I watched others travel the world while I sat in my apartment. I watched others build businesses while I refreshed my feed. I watched others live boldly while I lived carefully, afraid to make a mistake someone might screenshot. And the worst part? I knew it was killing me, but I couldn't stop. Because if I disappeared from the screen, would I disappear completely? If no one saw me online, did I even exist? One night, I posted a photo of myself smiling at a party. Living my best life, I wrote. I got 400 likes, but that night I cried myself to sleep. Because the truth was, I went to that party and felt nothing. I smiled for the photo and left 10 minutes later. I didn't go to enjoy it. I went to prove I had a life worth watching. That's when it hit me. I wasn't living my life. I was performing it. The breaking point came on a Tuesday night. I was lying in bed, scrolling as usual. I saw a girl my age traveling through Europe. She looked so free. I saw a guy starting his own company. He looked so focused. I saw couples in love, friends laughing, people winning, and I felt nothing. No, worse than nothing. I felt like I was drowning, like I was watching my own life pass by through a screen while everyone else actually lived theirs. I put my phone down and stared at the ceiling. Who am I? Not who do people think I am online. Who am I when no one is watching? I couldn't answer. I picked up my phone again. I opened my profile. 5 years, 12,000 followers, 1,800 posts. And I realized something terrifying. I could delete all of it right now, and I wouldn't lose anything real. Because none of it was real. The photos were edited. The captions were performance. The version of me online, that person didn't exist. I had spent 5 years building a fake life for strangers while my real life stood still. I sat there for an hour, just thinking. Then I did something crazy. I opened my notes app and I wrote one question. What would I do tomorrow if no one was watching? I stared at that question, and for the first time in years, I tried to answer it honestly. I wouldn't take a photo of my breakfast. I wouldn't check if people liked my stories. I wouldn't compare my body to fitness influencers. I wouldn't feel guilty for not posting. I would live. That's when I made the decision. I went to my settings. I hovered over delete account. My heart was racing. What if I regret this? What if people forget about me? What if I lose all my connections? But then I asked myself a harder question. What if I don't delete it, and 5 years from now, I'm still here, still empty, still performing? That scared me more. I took a deep breath and I deleted everything. Instagram, gone. Twitter, gone. TikTok, gone. 5 years of content, 5 years of identity, 5 years of validation, erased. The screen went dark, and I sat there in silence. The first few days were hell. My hand reached for my phone every 5 minutes. I felt phantom notifications. I felt invisible. I felt bored. Because without the constant noise, I had to face something I'd been avoiding for years: myself. Week 1 without social media, I didn't know what to do with my time. So I went for a walk. No music, no podcast, just silence. And I noticed things I hadn't seen in years. The way the trees moved, the sound of birds, the smell of rain. I wasn't recording it, I wasn't posting it, I was just there. Week 2, I picked up an old guitar in my closet. I used to love playing, but I stopped because I wasn't good enough to post videos. I played for an hour, badly, beautifully, for no one but me. And it felt real. Week 3, I called my best friend. We talked for 2 hours about real things, fears, dreams, mistakes. No filters, no captions, just 2 people being human. And I realized I hadn't had a real conversation in months. Because online, I only shared the highlight reel. Offline, I could finally share the truth. By week 4, something strange happened. I started feeling like myself again. Not the version I performed for strangers, the real me. The me who didn't need validation. The me who could sit in silence without fear. The me who could fail without shame. The me who could exist without an audience. Here's what I learned. You are not your profile. You are not your followers. You are not the curated version of yourself you show the world. You are the person who exists when the screen goes dark. And that person is enough. Social media isn't evil, but it becomes a prison when you forget who you are without it. When you start living for likes instead of living for life. When you measure your worth in comments instead of character. When you're so busy showing everyone you're happy that you forget to actually be happy. Deleting everything didn't fix my life, but it gave me something more important. It gave me back my attention, my time, my mind. It gave me permission to be ordinary, to be quiet, to be invisible. And in that invisibility, I finally found myself. You don't have to delete everything like I did, but ask yourself this. If no one was watching, what would you do differently? If you had no followers, who would you become? If you couldn't post about it, would you still do it? Those answers will show you who you really are. The night I deleted everything, I thought I was losing my identity. But I wasn't. I was finding it.
If this story touched you, or if you've ever felt lost behind the screen, you're not alone. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more stories that remind you who you really are.